In the heart of Africa, a silent revolution is taking shape, one that the world never expected. Imagine an airplane not made of steel or aluminum, but from something as simple and discarded as plastic bottles. What once was seen as waste has now been transformed into wings of hope, innovation, and resilience. This is not just an African achievement. It is a symbol of a new world order led by visionaries like Ibrahim Traoré. The story begins with an ambitious dream. How can Africa rise above poverty, dependency, and environmental challenges using its own resources? For decades, the continent has been portrayed as dependent on outside help, importing technology from the West and the East. But today, Africa is flipping the script. By turning plastic waste into a fully functional, eco-friendly airplane, African innovators have shocked the entire world. Plastic bottles, once choking rivers and piling up in landfills, are now the building blocks of the sky. Engineers, students, and young visionaries across Burkina Faso and neighboring nations came together under the revolutionary spirit of Ibrahim Traoré. His leadership inspired a new generation to think differently, not to wait for aid, not to rely on foreign corporations, but to believe in the power of African hands and African minds. This airplane is not only an invention, it is a statement. A statement that Africa will not be left behind in the age of innovation, that sustainability can go hand in hand with progress, and that the world must now look to Africa for answers in a time of climate crisis. While developed nations struggle with pollution and plastic waste, Africa has taken the bold step of transforming trash into treasure, turning bottles into wings. The eco-friendly airplane is lightweight, energy efficient, and designed to operate with minimal environmental impact. It proves that innovation does not always require billions of dollars or high-tech laboratories. It requires vision, creativity, and courage. Ibrahim Traoré himself has said that Africa must build for itself, by itself, and this invention echoes that philosophy. When the first test flight was launched, the world was watching. Analysts and experts were stunned. How could a continent often labeled as underdeveloped achieve what even advanced nations had not dared to try? The answer lies in unity, resilience, and the revolutionary spark ignited by a leader who believes in Africa's potential. This project is more than technology, it is empowerment. It inspires young Africans to look at their surroundings differently. Every plastic bottle lying on the ground is no longer trash. It is a resource, a possibility, a piece of the future. Schools, universities, and youth organizations across the continent are now discussing eco-innovation, green engineering, and local solutions for global problems. But there is another dimension to this revolution. By creating something so groundbreaking, Africa is also challenging the global balance of power. For years, the world has looked to Africa as a supplier of raw materials, not ideas. This eco-friendly airplane flips that narrative. Now Africa is not just participating, it is leading. Western corporations, once confident that Africa would remain dependent, are suddenly unsettled. If Africa can build airplanes from recycled bottles, what else can it achieve? If young Africans can solve the plastic crisis with innovation, what does that mean for industries built on waste and profit? These questions reveal the deeper truth. Africa's rise is unstoppable. The eco-friendly airplane is just the beginning. For industries, but under leaders like Ibrahim Traoré, a new generation is building a future where Africa no longer asks for permission to dream, to innovate, or to lead. Instead, Africa is creating solutions for the world. This is the revolution of the sky. A revolution where bottles become wings, where trash becomes treasure, and where Africa becomes the heart of global innovation. The world is shocked, but Africa is just getting started.